AC Milan 0, Chelsea 2, and Chelsea on top of the group. Is it EOD of the Champions League where they are in? And Aubameyang is on fire. 3 goals in 3 consecutive games. This is Aubameyang, and Aubameyang would love to see firing in goals at Chelsea. And obviously, he is a born natural striker, and he's going and continuing to let us know that please, really that centre forward that you wouldn't like your team to miss. And this goes to all of Arsenal fans all over the world. Aubameyang versus Gabriel Jesus. Who would you stay with? But I believe Jesus is really making a very big statement at the side which goes by names of Arsenal than Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. There he's lifting the team. Guys, it's really in a very different level altogether. But being a very crucial number 9, he really started off with scoring goals, but he really found I think he scored his first goal in the Premier League. Then in the previous games of the Champions League, he has been really netting in for fun for a side which goes by the name of Chelsea. 3 goals in 3 consecutive games. That's why we're telling you that Aubameyang is on fire. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. How are you guys? And where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rokani David. Smash the like button, comment and share. I come here with the match reaction of AC Milan 0, Chelsea 2. Remember last week on Wednesday, AC Milan was in London and they were beaten by 3-0 by the team which goes by the names of Chelsea. And this time around, they've gone ahead to just get or a minus of 1 goal, and the result has ended 2-0. But let's talk about the positives, especially Graham Potter. If you're a manager that is like Graham Potter coming into a job like that of Chelsea that really had a lot of pressure, where Thomas Tuchel was not really getting in results as expected by Tony Boyle, you needed to go in and really win your games. Having drawn in his first Champions League game, and then we went into the international break, that really helped him to go in and really get his team to the levels once to be, because some of the players like Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang quit international football and they stayed at a side which goes by the names of Cobwell to go in and really train with Chelsea. Then the game they played on the return was the game against Crystal Palace, and they beat Crystal Palace by 2-1. Remember who scored the winner? It was Conor Gallagher scored the winner for this game. After that, they went ahead and beat which club? Is it Wolverhampton one? So they went ahead and played AC Milan, and they beat AC Milan by 3-0 on Wednesday. On Saturday, they beat a side which goes by the names of Wolves by 3-0, and obviously today they've gone ahead to win AC Milan by 2-0. What a way to really get the pressure off himself from his shoulders. He's now free. He can do what he wants and can try out what he wants as he really tries to go on and really do the needful as a Chelsea manager, with his next fixtures being tricky with Manchester United around the corner. I think after this weekend they are going to be hosting Manchester United, and obviously it's really not going to be an easy one for a side which goes by the names of Chelsea and Manchester United. But Graham Potter will get his first test, I think, like some 8-10 days from now when he hosts Manchester United at Stamford Bridge. But obviously, Chelsea fans are believing in him, and his team is winning, and the way he's really playing is really making these players really happy, and I believe most of them are really going to get back on the field of play. Look at the squad of Chelsea. It's really good that if at all any elite manager was here or is at Chelsea, he's really going to get a lot from these players. Hakim Ziyech, Pulisic, Kai Havertz, Mason Mount, you get Ruben Loftus-Cheek, there is Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, there is Broja, there is Conor Gallagher, there is Raheem Sterling. They have a very good attack force, and look at their midfield. It's one of the strongest, with Jorginho, Kovacic, Zakaria, and N'Golo Kante. You see, it's a very strong midfield side which goes by the name of Chelsea, with the likes of Conor Gallagher into that midfield area. So it is so much good for him to be winning these games 4 in a row. Pressure taken off. He has really gone ahead to take what we call the Erik Ten Hag way, because Ten Hag came in through and really lost his first 2 games. And for Graham Potter, he has been really favored that he has been in the Premier League and has been watching these Chelsea players, and I think he knew what to do with these players. But Erik Ten Hag, being naive about the Premier League, maybe in theory he could really be very much well conversant with the Premier League, because he was asked about Pep Guardiola's first season in the Premier League performing badly. He said that Pep Guardiola undermined the physicality in the Premier League, but that was theoretical and was right. But practically, when he came in here, he really got most of the things wrong, and these players really let him down, and he lost the 2 games. Though Graham Potter never lost his first 2 games, but he drew the first one and won the next one. But he went ahead to win 4 in a row after a loss to Brentford, that is Erik ten Hag, beating Liverpool, Southampton, Leicester City, and Arsenal. So that is really a very good run for a side which goes by the names of Manchester United, and obviously Graham Potter's gonna hate to do the same. And by the way, I feel good for managers like Graham Potter and Erik ten Hag, because they are elite managers. They've shown us that they're capable of grooming players, and they are really good at scouting. And they are managers that don't depend on really bringing in high quality players, because I believe in the building of Chelsea, you will see Graham Potter going in and really fetching in some players that you don't believe are really of the quality of Chelsea, but you come them and improve them. That is why I really preferred the sacking of Thomas Tuchel, because I never believed in him grooming players. To me, he never groomed any Chelsea player. Mason Mount was brought in by Lampard, and he was doing the same thing Lampard trained him. Reece James was brought in by Lampard. Tammy Abraham was brought in by Lampard. Even the players he signed himself, he failed to re-improve them, especially Romelu Lukaku, and I think that was the very, very bad shot that he really put into his foot, because buying a player at close to £100 million and you bring him as a centre forward, not having a plan for him, was really showing the naivety of this manager in the names of Thomas Tuchel. But Graham Potter coming in through, he's getting things done, beating AC Milan in a double tie, and obviously they're on top of the Champions League table. Let's go to Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang scoring his third goal at the side which goes by the names of Chelsea. This guy, he's a goal machine. Having fallen out with Mikel Arteta and sold for free to a side which goes by the names of Barcelona, he went ahead to net goals in Barcelona. I think he netted close to how many? Were they 13, 15 in 25 appearances? So him and goals are really not parallel. They meet every time they really want to. And obviously he's a prolific striker, especially if at all the environment is right for him at the club where he is. And look at Chelsea, creativity is around him. You get creativity is around him, and with the style of play of Graham Potter, he's really going to go on and really fire in more goals. I believe that his stay at Arsenal, he would have been scoring very many goals provided the creativity of Arsenal was really up there. But right now we look at the creativity of Arsenal, it's not yet to the levels you expect it to be. Even right now, I don't see Gabriel Jesus being fed in a lot. But at Chelsea, when you look at the goals Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is scoring, he's scoring in the 6 yards area of the opponent. It doesn't need him to go all far and really get this ball. This ball is brought to him and delivered to him in positions where he really is so much terrible and deadly. That is Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, and is going ahead to score again today, again in the box, 18 yards box area. So he's really deadly and a very good striker, and obviously he's on fire, and let's wait and see where he's really going to end this season. Opening up his account, I think, against Crystal Palace, and obviously till now he has not yet really gone back and looked back as far as scoring goals is concerned. Let's talk about what the game stats were. Let's see how Chelsea really played, because Tomori got a red card in the 18th minute, and obviously that really led a big change into this game of football. Because I believe if I told there were 11, it would have been a different game altogether. But I will tell you this shouldn't be a complaint, because a red card is part of the game of football, and when you really receive it, there is a reason as to why you've received it, and obviously things change, and they changed into a bad way for AC Milan, and obviously Chelsea benefited. Though AC Milan lost their best defender on the field of play, but obviously Chelsea benefited. 7 shots by AC Milan, 15 shots by Chelsea, 1 shot on target by AC Milan, 4 shots on target by Chelsea, 29% ball possession by AC Milan, 71% possession by Chelsea. This is what Graham Potter is going to see as a positive in this game of football, because he really wants his team to be having a 70+% of possession of the game of football. 294 passes completed by AC Milan, 703 passes completed by Chelsea. This is another positive to Graham Potter. 76% passing accuracy, 93% passing accuracy, way beyond, meaning that it was rare for Chelsea to put a foot wrong in this game of football. 12 fouls by AC Milan, 18 by Chelsea, meaning that they were really running a lot, and obviously they are really defending as a team, and that's why you see these 18 fouls. 6 yellow cards for AC Milan, 3 yellow cards for Chelsea, 1 red card for AC Milan that went to Tomori, and 0 red cards for Chelsea, 0 offsides for AC Milan, 2 offsides for Chelsea, and obviously a team which goes by the names of a team which goes by the names of AC Milan had 2 corners and Chelsea had 5. When you look at the table, that's how it is. Chelsea have played 4 games. They have 7 points. RB Salzburg, 4 games, 6 points. AC Milan have played 4 and they have 4 points. And when you look at this table, AC Milan can really turn around this because these 2 teams, RB Salzburg and Dynamo Zagreb, are remaining with 2 games. Each has to play Chelsea and each has to play AC Milan. So if at all AC Milan can win these 2 games and beat RB Salzburg and Dynamo Zagreb, they might find themselves into the qualification to the round of 16 of the Champions League. And Chelsea just need a win. If they get a win in their next game, they're really going to go through and wait for the round of 16. So it looks like AC Milan is not yet over for them. They can win. If they can win their next 2 fixtures, then they can find themselves into the round of 16 of the Champions League. Let's go to Manchester City. Manchester City have qualified today after really nailing a point away in Denmark after their left back really got a red card and was taken off. Haaland never started the game of football and he never played into that game of football, but obviously they managed to draw away 0-0 with 10 points and they've qualified to the round of 16. That is the team which goes by names of Manchester City. They are through and obviously that is done and dusted, and Chelsea is looking forward to go on and see that it also qualifies. But those 2 English teams looks like they're really good to go. Liverpool playing today against Rangers away in Scotland. We can't wait to see that game. If at all they win, they're really going to be through. Sorry, they will be left with just 1 point to really make it to the round of 16. Then Tottenham Hotspur is another team that really needs to go ahead and really win more 2 games to really see to it that they really go through the round of 16. So guys, thank you very much for watching in. Tell me what you think about Aubameyang on fire, AC Milan 0, Chelsea 2, and Man City qualifying to the round of 16 of the Champions League. I sign out for now. See you later, my mates.